if you look at the screen now, you see that I'm moving from 0 to something which is definitely not the full range that I need. Okay, visually speaking, you should see that. I have the chance now to take care of this little bad boy, the MIDI expression pedal by MeloAudio, which had a particular problem about not being able to give me the full range from 0 to 100% when I'm using it as a sort of a master volume at the end of my signal chain. So I'm gonna plug in my iPad with bias effects and let's see what we got. So we have the Extern Pro, which is connected to the iPad through the usual cable with a bit of an extension. You should be able to see the usual camera adapter, and like I mentioned in the last vlog, I have separated 9V to USB converter to feed power to the wah pedal. I'm gonna enter bias effects. I should be on the lead preset already. I'm gonna add a volume pedal. I just want to move it at the very end, and now I keep pushing on that. If you look at the screen now, you see that I'm moving from 0 to something which is definitely not the full range that I need. Okay, visually speaking, you should see that. So now I'm going to take the pedal out of the pedal board. I'm gonna open the back and let's see if is there any mechanical problem with that. So here is the pedal. You should be able, now if I focus it, to see that I put some Velcro to fix it on the pedal board, but there are two screws here through which I can open the back to see if is there anything that I can work on. I unscrewed the two screws on the back. Also, I had to pull out the washer that was included at the input, okay, where the input jack is expected to be plugged in, and this is what we get. So of course this is the movement that should be 0 to 100. Problem was when we got to this position. So if we imagine to try to find a way to get rid of any dead movement, that is what I would like to get here. Maybe it's just a matter of having this part to get a couple of rounds extra compared to where it is at the moment. So what I'm going to do now is to plug this one in again and see how it's read on bias effects. You guys should be looking at that as well. You see that it is still not 100%. So what should happen here? Let's try to unscrew this part, get the main gear out, and see if we can do anything about that. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm moving the gear, and I can see that if I can get to the end of the range, I get 100%. But also, look at the screen, this is already like the 0%, and I still have a bit of gap here, and I'm afraid that is the problem really. So either we can get rid of this extra bit, or I'm afraid this thing is not going to work. So it seems like the main gear had a bit of a extra run because this part can be tightened or loosened up. That is something I wasn't expecting. I just want to make sure that this thing can stay in this position. So in this moment I get the whole thing here, but it's quite risky because this part is the one that moves. Let's see. I'll try to put this one back now. You see that in this moment it's working properly. I will put it back and see if now it works. Okay, now I see why this could be the problem. So basically I'm afraid that this part might be slightly touching the gear from time to time. when it is in its own position. Shouldn't be touching, but it does. I will try and get some sort of a level on that.
3 hours later.
Okay, so what I've come up with is getting a bit of thick paper layers from one of those business cards. This fits now quite well this side, which is the one that should go and lay on that part, okay, so that I can get a bit of height here and avoid that this part will ever touch that gear again. Now to fix the paper to the actual connector, I'm gonna just use a bit of tape. Maybe starting from here. That should be enough. Now I have the extra height. I put this one back, and fingers crossed, putting back the washer, the outer side. I know this is not the proper tool to do this, but I don't have anything else around at the moment. Hopefully that will do. This one back here. Okay. I'm gonna put the expression pedal back. For the moment, seems to work. You should see that I'm moving from 0 to 100. Let me try with the actual guitar. No output. No output. This should be it for the moment.